if you don't. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lift a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, and I don't know if you know who I am. I was there when I saw what you did, saw it with my own two eyes. He walked off the screen. I know what he did. In the quiet of life. Oh, well, I tell myself I'm just a guy who's been down on his luck his whole life. And I feel like I'm led by the blind, by the blind. Oh, I it's the devil one Saturday night. Oh, and I came alive. Miss Garrett, thank you for coming. How you doing today? Six bowls. How's it going? The only thing that I smoke, I get too loose at the end of my road. I know that I need to change, but I don't. How y'all doing today? How's life? How's y'all Monday's been? How's Labor Day? Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. You doing good? That's great. That's great. Get you some grilled food? We grilled yesterday. Case in 55, simple, easy living. Thank y'all for coming. I know I've been busy creating some more garden spots. I planted two sugarcane jujubes and a couple dwarf Cavendishes. Cassandra South Fullerton, thank you for coming. Yeah, I planted them right in front of my apple trees. Trying to start a new roll over there. Probably gonna move my 5-in-1 plum over there, my apricot, and that blue Thompson plum. Bro, what I eat? How you doing, bro? If you're new, if you type passion or TN in the chat, it'll drop your link. Going pretty good, going pretty good. I can't complain. It's hot out here though. It's hot. Hot, hot. I dug up a couple of elderberries up too and put them in pots. Tomatoes still going pretty good. Go ahead and pull most of the cucumbers up. Planted some spinach, some collard greens, and some turnip greens. Yeah, I'm ready for them to start growing. Most of the okra, I put most of the okra up too. Miss Linda, thank you for coming. You growing chives, sesame seed leaves, kale, peppers, and eggplants. Eggplants. That's something I got to get into growing is some kale. I never even really tried it. Never even really heard of it until I got on YouTube and started watching y'all grow it. Eggplant dried though. Died. Oh, the eggplant died. Mm. From all the heat. The heat killed it. I know most of this. I know most of this year we had a lot of rain in the spring and the summer. I mean that's good. That's good. It caused a few issues on the apple trees and the pears, but here for the last all of August we haven't got that much rain at all. You haven't got your first okra yet. Ooh, got a big old gallon-sized Glad bag full that we still got to pickle for the grandkids. I think she'll give some to her mom and her stepdad for them to fry up. They love fried okra. It's delicious. Okay, I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to try it. I love my turnip greens and my spinach. Collards, I can take it and leave it. I mean, that's just me. Yes, the heat in Atlanta was unreal. We had 99 degrees, close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so it killed my eggplants. Oh my God. Oh, it's the bomb. Oh, I'm gonna try that too. See, y'all turned me on to a lot of new stuff I hadn't even heard of before. It's like what else? Karabi. I never heard of Karabi before, so I started watching Go Farmer. Never heard of Karabi before. Never even knew what it. I still don't know what it tastes like. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna try it. Them lemon cucumbers, I got them for broke, and yeah, they grow like crazy this year. You're gonna grow some okra and some corn next summer. The okra it grows. I think the okra once that heat comes in, that humidity picks up. That's when all the okra start taking off. They grow like trees, and they have leaf notes. You know, it can be 5 foot tall, but one of the leaf notes at the bottom might shoot out, and you get okra at the bottom, all up and down the stalk. Yeah, okra grows like crazy. I never knew that. All I knew it was ever slimy. Karabi is your favorite brassica. Ooh, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that Karabi. I know a new variety of tomatoes we planted this year. That pink Belgium, them pink Belgium giants so far have impressed me. I mean, it's some big freaking tomatoes, and they really pink, and then they'll start turning real red. If you let them, if they really red, they overripe. At pink, I get at pink is when you want to pull those, but they get big. And them Goliath, they get big too. These some big tomatoes. We spent Friday. We canned a lot of strawberries, a lot of mixed jellies and jams, and we made some sauce. She made me some salsa. Ooh, yes. Man, we still got to get a lot of grapes canned, cucumbers. We got to get them pickled. Yeah, they do. They get tall as a tree. Fried okra is the bang. Just Dorsha, thank you for coming. She be over there cooking up everything, everything. Yeah, we cooked on the grill yesterday. We cooked some chicken. I call it yard walker. Uh, some hot dogs and some burgers, some corn out of the garden. We got some pretty good ears of corn out of the garden, so we put them on the grill. But guess what I did with the corn? I Mary grow with me, 1964. Thank you for coming, my Tennessee family. So, yeah, I took them off too a little bit too early. They went done. Put them back on there, and I forgot they was on there. They got a little bit too dark. But that's still pretty good. Still pretty good. Watermelon really just now started taking off in the beginning of August. They weren't doing nothing before then. Cantaloupes didn't have a good success with cantaloupes. I got like 4 or 5 of them off of it. Only like 2 of them was even worth eating. Sweet thumb, thank you for coming. Okra and cornbread is a good meal. You driving? You be careful. Tell Sunday I said what's up. Okra and cornbread is a good meal. Only way we use it is pickled. I know my in-laws they eat it fried, but we eat it pickled. Well, I don't. Grandkids do. I tell you what, I'm impressed with too. Them sugar cane jujubes, and them things has grown like crazy. I think I got them maybe 3 weeks ago. The same day I got them as when I started rooting them, and they was rooted. Man, no time flat. I say within 3 days, it was already pushing out new growth. It's amazing. And now they got so many roots on them, I already put them in the ground. I already put them in the ground. They had so many roots on them. Well, 2 of them. 2 of them I put in the ground. The other ones I'm probably gonna get rid of. Andre Southgate, thank you for coming. It was good catching your live the other day. Yeah, I love sitting over there listening to boxing with you. It reminds me of talking with my dad. My dad was a real big boxer fan. He loved boxing. We sat back and we watched boxing for hours. That was his thing. Boxing and fishing. Boxing and fishing. I took some boxing classes coming up, boxing and kickboxing for a few years. Yeah, but that Spinks fight, boy, that right there, I don't know about that one. I don't know if he won anymore. That man, I mean, he just outclassed him the whole fight. Uh, I also planted some Dwarf Cavendish over here on the side over here by the apples too. I had like 4 or 5 of them I took off, pups that I took off, so I got them, put them in pots for a couple months, and now they got plenty enough roots on them, so it was time to put them in the ground. You never heard of sugarcane jujube? Me either. And you know where I found them at? And I got 7 cuttings. I want to say it was either 10.99 or 9.99. Might have been 19.99, something like that. But I got it off of Wally World, WallyWorld.com. Other than that, I'm just enjoying my little time off work. Start back work tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to retirement. But, okay, so that day comes. You'll be looking for some. Yeah, I think I got that and that Michigan fig, that black Michigan fig off of there. Jared Top, what's going on, bro? How you doing today? I know I got a lot of work I'm planning on doing here in this fall. I guess a lot of stuff I want to move around, a lot of stuff I want to redo. I'm always thinking. My mind is always racing. I'm always trying to think of new ways to create new garden space, or if I see something that's struggling, see if I can find a better way to somewhere else to plant it, maybe to do better in that area, or just way to improve my soil, or try to ways to create to build up more soil. I can use my own soil instead of buying bags of soil. Which I don't buy as much as I did. I used to, but because I'm creating more of my own soil from using leaf mulch and my compost and spent straw. So it really don't. Jay, I'm cooking some shrimp. Jalen Blue Party. Shrimp. I know fall is the best time for you to start collecting them leaves so you can have great compost and some great soil for that following year. I shred up a lot of leaves and create a lot more garden space in the fall when I got them shredded leaves. But they stretch a long way and they break down. Retirement must be a great thing. You can get your own products, which means it even better when the time comes. I swear, it would. How great would that would be? Just getting up every day, just coming out working on your own property. I know in due time, heaven ain't hard to find. That's what I always heard. I've been working for a long time. I think I started working sixth grade, pretty much sixth grade. I used to get up every morning before school and go sweep the parking lot at the store and take out the trash and sleep inside the store. And then I went back home and got ready to go to school. And in the afternoon, I hauled hay and stripped tobacco. Yes, sir. Gotta love them grandbaby. There's something else that surprised me this year. Most of the time, I plant marigolds in most of my boxes around my annual annual garden just for trap crop. So that's what most of the insects attack first. But this year, man, they have not touched them marigolds. Them marigolds has just been growing like crazy. I mean, they like bushes now. They're everywhere. And I had the pink. I had the pink and the yellow. The yellow has far outshined the pink. Oh, I had some orange. I had orange too. But the yellow has far outshined the pink and the orange. Do I still get borrowed charge from my friend? No. I was getting it from my nephew, actually. He worked at a place where they made it at, but he no longer works there. So, no. I get it out of my own burn pile whenever I burn old wood. My area where my greenhouse is now, that's where we burn stuff for. And since we've been here and we started burning stuff there because the people that lived here before us, that's where they burn stuff. So that's why I planted all my figs and my citrus there. So and so far it's been pretty good. They, which I've been lining it with. After I put them in there, I lined it out with cardboard and compost and wood chips. Then I piled straw on top of that. Then I added more compost. And I added more wood chips on top of that. So, so I'm trying to really build up them spots. I know a lot of people think Tennessee has some great soil. I mean, some spots we do, but it's mostly clay here. We got like maybe 6 inches of topsoil, and the rest of it is clay, which clay is good. It's got a lot of nutrition values in it, but you know, clay holds on to water a lot. And so most of the time you want to build up. It's like most of the time when I plant my trees, I only dig down to the topsoil, and then I mount them up. So that way, once it gets down to that clay, the roots are strong enough that they can break through it a lot easier. Plus, I piled organic matter up around that hole so to get them earthworms coming up through there to loosen it up a lot more. G Mama Grove, thank you for coming. How you doing today? The best marigolds for pest pressure is the French marigold. Ooh, learn something new every day. These are the small flowers. I'm about to try them. I don't know. Ours just says marigold on the pack. I don't know if they French or not. I think them some ones we got from the dollar store. Dollar store seeds has been germinating pretty good this year. And I got a lot of seeds from Journeys too. And they did pretty good. Pretty good. I'm still going with my experiment with my cabbage. After I cut that main head off, after I get that head, I leave that stalk in the ground, and then it starts shooting up a lot of side shoots. So I pick the one strongest one, and I peel all the rest of them off. I'm still wanting to see if that's gonna actually form a head, if that's gonna form another head. It's pushing out leaves, and the leaf is getting bigger, but we'll see if it's actually gonna form a head. If it actually forms a head, then that would be awesome, man. That means I won't have to platinum but cabbage once, and I can just keep cutting and come again, cut and come again. And I'm sitting around thinking. I know a lot of people they don't like taking their container trees and stuff in the house because of them gnats and fruit flies. So I was just sitting around thinking, it's like, man, and I come up with using tool and some garden staples, just cutting out the outlining of your pot and putting it down over top of your soil and pinning it down, and you can water straight through tool, and the fruit flies and the gnats can't come up through it, or it can't go through it. So I'm thinking that should cut down a lot. Yeah, it compacts that soil real bad. Compacts it real bad. And I see a lot of people in their container in their containers. They don't add worms. I always add worms. I know a lot of people use red wigglers, but I don't. I use night crawlers. I just think night crawlers get bigger and they poop a lot more, so it's more castings for your tree. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, worms are great for a lot of things. The whole grapevine area, I'm gonna redo that area. All the rose bushes, I think I'm pulling out from over there. I'm putting all of those probably in the front yard. She want to display her roses in front, so we're gonna put all those in the front. You use red wigglers. I use them night crawlers, them big red night crawlers. I left cardboard on the ground, got my worms from under the car. Yes, sir. And you can because worms are attracted to cardboard. I call it cardboard. I call cardboard worm candy. But man, you lay some cardboard down, and you just wet it real good. Come back in a couple days. You see how it's ate up. Pick it up. You'll see all the worms underneath, and you'll see how it's ate up. They love it. I believe in using that cardboard to feed worms. I layer it inside my compost pile. I use it for a ground cover. I even use it in some of my pots. Hundreds. Yeah, they're attracted to it. They're attracted to it. The the dinner plate hibiscus. It seems like this year the crimson they setting off more blooms than ever before. But the pink and the yellow, the white ones, they set off maybe 12, maybe a dozen or half a dozen and a half, something like that. And after that, it seems like they ain't got no more. Worms love burlap too. Great information. Yeah, I've been wanting to pull the rest of this okra. We got 2 pumpkins already. I think one was 8 pounds, the other one was number 5 pounds. I don't know. I think I might have planted them too early. We used one, we made some pumpkin pre-ray, and we're gonna turn that into some pumpkin cupcakes. And the other one we probably just make it use for a pumpkin pie. But I left one vine out there. I had 3 vines, 2 I took out. I left one out there. I'm gonna try to get a couple more pumpkins for October. Always Tam Tam. Thank you for coming. Yeah, now I'm just working on getting everything cleaned up, stuff taken out of the ground that I no longer need, and trying to get rid of because bananas, man, bananas spread like crazy. I got so many bananas I done took up out of the ground. It's unreal. Elderberry too. Elderberry spread like crazy. You have to restart the hibiscus. Hopefully it comes back through the seed. I don't think we didn't grow. No, we didn't grow off some seed. We purchased them on one of the clearance sales. I don't know. It's been a long time ago. Yes, sir. It's been a long time ago. Maybe 10, 11 years ago. Come around here. Come around here.
Can me and there take Satan spots on a wall?
Uh-uh. It's too late.
Well, it's not too late.
Oh, y'all can go. About 30 minutes.
Me and her?
Yeah.
Can you bring the dogs?
Yeah. Sorry about that. My granddaughter. It's the oldest one. 2 of them here. The oldest and the second to the oldest. They won't take the dogs on a walk. They love taking them dogs on a walk. Yeah, a lot of them go in through the water hose. If the water hose big enough, they can get in there. I always try to add, make sure I got something in mind. And I try to make sure I feed them every once in a while, about once a month or so. You know, some leafy greens or something like that. Something that ain't gonna cause the stink. Just pull the mulch back, put it underneath the mulch, and then put the mulch back on top so they can come up and get it. Yeah, pumpkin pie, and pumpkin cupcakes. That mixed berry jam is so good, so good. But it's more. You can taste more of the raspberries, I think, than you can of anything. We going in, getting ready to go into fall, and that's depressing for me. I don't like fall. You saw the video with them walking the dog. Yeah, they love walking them dogs. It's good. It tires them out. They be ready to knock out, fall out early. You know, when I get off of here, I got to take my second to the oldest home so she can go to school tomorrow. I tell you what, the Queen, my Granny Smith apple, one of its branches bloomed again. It bloomed early. Now it just bloomed again. One branch bloomed again. I didn't get no apples because the frost killed all the blooms. But now it's blooming on one branch, which it's gonna get too cold for them apples to form. But it's crazy how this season is doing. Which is something I learned. I didn't know your Nat King cherries. I didn't know they bloom twice a year, but they do. My little Tiger Panache fig that I purchased beginning of spring. It's been in the ground since beginning of spring, and it's got double bumps. Like it's about to push out some figs too. And I think it would. maybe 16 to 18 inches when I first got it. Like I say, it's a fast grower. At Desert King, it's a fast grower. But it seems like the rest of them, like what other ones? Like I got that a Shield this year, at LSU Gold, uh, a Yellow Long Neck. I mean, it seems like they slow growers. They growing slow. I think out of all of my feeds, the slowest growing one that I've had for a while is that white Marcellus. It grows the slowest out of all of them. And that Violet Day Bordeaux, I think it's the fastest growing out of all of them. Miss Davis, thank you for coming. I got 4 or 5 branches on it right now that I'm air layering. And that's some nice sized branches. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but yeah. So that's what I can overwinter my moringa tree. I tried so hard to grow it that I don't want it to leave it. Let it go. I understand that. I understand that. It takes a long time for Chicago Heart to leaf out. Hopefully it'll fruit next year. It should. Homestead Aquarius, thanks for coming. Am I grilling? Nah, we grilled yesterday. We grilled yesterday. Sisters from Soil and More, thank you for coming. So I'll switch this over. I'm going to show y'all how big these pink Belgian giant tomatoes is getting. Flip this around. You hear the sound? Okay. Okay. Yeah, but these are ones from the garden challenge. These pink Belgian giants. I just want to show you how big some of these tomatoes is really getting on these pink Belgian giants. And it is loaded with tomatoes. And see, it's 2 plants in here. That's garlic coming up right there. I planted some garlic in there. There's 2 plants in here, and each one of them is split off into 2. You got 2 branches on each one, and on them 2 branches there's a branch coming off each one. But they setting a lot of tomatoes now. And these what I'm talking about the marigolds. Look at the marigolds this year. There's no pest damage at all. This usually by this time of the year, my marigolds is through. I mean, They're just tearing them up. Here's another pink Belgian giant. Just they turn into some big tomatoes. And this is what I mean when they turn that. I guess that's why they call them pink Belgians. You see the blush, the pink blush on them. I took these beds up. Don't take these beds up. It's just gonna be a row that I'm gonna use for planting. I don't like it's too hard weeding in between them beds like that, so I'm getting them out. That's why I cut the okra. See, I cut them out, but I left these stalks. And these stalks, if they have enough time, will produce more. But I'm gonna take them up. The size of these tomatoes, though, it's unreal this year. These peppers, we waited to the hottest part of the year. I think we got like 4 or 5 green peppers off here so far, but it waited to the hottest part of the year, and they really starting to put out a lot of peppers now. Oh, see, I got all my blueberries. Them cannas, them my granddaughter Dara's cannas. Them cannas are beautiful. That's a pomegranate cutting I got from my brother Juicing the J. Look at my poor little bean cherry, man. Them June bugs tore it up this year. This one and the other one. The other one, let's look at the hummingbird. I don't know if y'all see it, but we got so many hummingbirds here this year, it's unreal. This is my Italian honey. You see, she got a lot of figs on her. This was that violet, and she just got one. Last year she had so many figs on her, and it was the first year I had her was last year, and she put out so many figs that it was unreal. But they didn't have enough time to ripen, so I didn't get to taste none, and I'm not gonna get to taste none this year. This is a blue Concord I just planted this year. It's gonna take the place of that white Concord down there. I'm moving those to the back fence row. They don't miss the cut. They gotta go. Gave them too many years to do something, and all they do is give me problems, so they gotta go. But the tomatoes, they are setting a lot of tomatoes, but they're not turning as red as fast, but they're setting a lot of tomatoes. Pest damage is not that much, not anymore. Every once in a while, you might find a hornworm, but they're setting tomatoes all up. Sandy, 2003, thank you for coming. Basil just got to be harvested again. We've been picking so much basil this year, it's unreal. And them come from I made a video earlier in the season where I talk about how I got them from out of the grocery section. This is what I'm talking about leaving the heads. You see, they've been getting pest damage, but they coming along. Green beans is finally starting to come in. They're a little, but they're coming. Starting to get a few. Flowers galore. You want to really get a lot of green beans to try to can. Sweet potatoes was flowering the other day. Melons is still growing, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Melon right there. This is that Panache Tiger Fig I was talking about. that. I had to see what somebody pulled up. The roses, they died all the way back this year. They ain't even formed heads this year yet. None of the roses over here did. And this is what I was talking about, how them Nat King cherries, they bloom twice a year. That's 5-in-1 plum right here. And I can't remember what all the varieties was that was on it. I left the tag on it just so I could see, but it's done faded. By now, it's done faded. But it's growing, it's looking pretty good. Crops is looking good. Yeah, I try to be. There's some sugarcane jujubes. 4 left. Well, 3 really. Yeah, them bananas over there. My Carolina King. This is one I potted up. That's a Musu Baju. These are Musu Bajus. Dwarf Cavendishes. Finally getting a few black diamond watermelons coming in. Georgia College has finally started cutting up over there. And a few of these, I think one of them is a Crimson Cross. Not Crimson Cross, but Jubilee. So one of them's a Jubilee. Still getting a lot of cherry tomatoes. They're not turning as ripe as fast. Strawberry bed is filled out like crazy. And I put this all in 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Now there's all the rows are just filled in. So strawberries grow like crazy. Oh, they sold out. Hey, that's crazy. This year I'm getting a lot of kumquats. This is my Nagami kumquat. Setting a lot of fruit. My Miwa kumquat, the one I just purchased this year. Setting a lot of fruit. A lot of fruit. I think it'll shake off what it can't handle. Myers Lemon setting a lot of fruit. And if I can get these guavas to give me some fruit, we'll be all set. This tree right here, this is a dwarf Granny Smith apple tree. I have had this tree for 16 years. 16 years. It has never once gave me fruit. Not once have it even flowered or anything. I tried to graft onto it. None of the grass have ever took. And most of my trees are just now putting on new leaves because they got wore out by all that rain. That's a golden delicious. Seed cutting some strawberries underneath there. That's an Arkansas black. Got some chives under here. Red delicious. Arbor Day crab apple. Odom's apple. Look at him, look terrible. That's a piece, 11 piece rose. This right here is a dwarf, wonderful pomegranate. Been in the ground 2 seasons now. And the Gala apple. And all my herbs. Rose of Sharon, beautiful. And this comes from Arbor Day too. This is the queen. This is what I was talking about. She is flowering again. Ain't that crazy? One branch flowered. Honey Crisp, chives, oregano. That's why I put them two sugar cane jujubes that I'm gonna keep. And I put some boiled cabbages, bananas up there with some more comfort. And I'm probably gonna try to take this spot and blow it on out, bring it on out towards the fence. So there's just more room to grow. I'm in zone 7. You know, I got that back right there. I want to do all that back right there, get all that weeded down, cardboard put on it, push it back, and I put comfort on top of that, then some compost, and then I plant it. This is a fig cutting I took last year off of Olympian. It's looking pretty good. Another little one right there I took last year. That's off of Cialis. That's some deal. That's a trifoliage on these Carolina King bananas. That's a blackberry. This is where my blackberries were. I moved them 2 years ago. Didn't get all the root up. This one came back up. Oh yeah, now we got 2 of those. And there's a baby shortcakes or something like that. That's some chocolate mint. Strawberries. They still putting out all kind of runners. All kind of runners. That's why the bed is filled in so much. All the runners. These Whopper strawberries. I have a couple berry strawberries. They don't even put out runners. I think she purchased them last year. We had them up there in that raised bed. The blooms on them are pink, but the berries have not been doing good these last couple of years since we had them. Okay, put the tag in here. Sweet berry strawberries. That ain't everybody. Yeah, they do bloom all year round, but the berries don't look good. And they're not as sweet or as big as the Whoppers. You see, these okras are still putting out like crazy. These are more in the shade, so they ain't got as big as the other ones were. But they're still decent. Another Jubilee watermelon up here that hasn't did nothing. Nothing. You think yours is dead? They don't grow good. I don't know what's up with them. The berries look all deformed and stuff too. Yeah, I know. And they ain't as sweet. They're not as sweet as them Whoppers. Some of them bit my miter. Yeah, the Concord grapes have not did good this year at all. A lot of damage. A lot of damage. Especially these. These are the ones coming out. These is the green variety Concord grapes. They coming out. You see, look. When you notice a lot of ants towards the tip, that's because it's aphids on there. All I do is drizzle a little bit of DE on it. They usually take care of it. But yeah, they're growing like crazy. They're gonna have to be pruned back a lot. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eight grapevines. My bad. I'm still waiting to taste these Nat King cherries. It's the third year they've been in the ground. They have bloomed twice this year. Still has not gave me any cherries. Didn't give me any cherries last year. So maybe this year or next year I'll be able to taste them. You see, this muscadine, this Carlos muscadine has grown like crazy since it died back. Now it is growing like a weed. It's taking over. It wants to go in this spot and somebody else's spot too. You see the Lapine cherry. The June bugs have really attacked it this year too, but it has grown like crazy. These are long stem roses, no buds. Dwarf cannons have supposed to be dwarf. They don't look like dwarf no more. They're more like giants. They like 5 foot now. Cheryl Faulkner, thank you for coming. Yeah, these tomatoes are just they're growing like crazy. I want to go ahead and take them out, but you can't justify taking them out when they got as many tomatoes on them like that. I just can't justify taking them out. Still putting on tomatoes all towards the top. There's tomatoes everywhere. So I can't justify taking those out. I mean, these guys, and they look green. This time of the year, these tomato plants usually all brown and yeah, you can tell they on their last leg. But this year, I don't know if it's just the variety we got or the weather. This year, they still looking great. We got Goliath, Florida 81 to 91, something like that. Uh, and Pink Belgian Giants and delicious. But yeah, I am very impressed with these Pink Belgian Giants. These tomatoes are getting huge. The blueberries, a lot of them putting on a lot of new growth. Some of them not looking as healthy. I don't know if that's I have to do a lot of pruning on them or rain spots or something. Yeah, that's what's going on around here. I have to tackle this big beast right there. That's an Alberta peach. The oldest peach I have is what going in this fourth or fifth season. You see, it's in badly need of a pruning. Badly in need of a pruning. So is that Bella Jordan. It's only on its third year. I know for sure, and it has outgrown. This Alberta. It's maybe 2 years older. Tomato soup sounds like that. Decent size. Tomato soup. We use most of ours for salsa, the one she don't eat. She eats a lot of them. It's got a lot of growth in it. This time of the year, I get ready to start dropping their leaves. Probably about the middle of this month, they'll start changing colors and falling off. And it'll be time to prune. I usually do summer pruning so they don't get as tall, but this year I had not did any summer pruning on these fruit trees at all, and they are tall. That thing's like 10 foot tall, and it started off like 5.5. Got a volunteer cucumber done come up over here. Fig cutting up here. It's a yellow guava. It's a pink guava. A lot of bananas got to be separated. These, I'm slipping. I usually just leave 3. You can see how many stalks it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Them 3 right there should stay. All of these need to go. All of them need to go. That's another pineapple guava. But the Carolina King coming up behind it is a sword sucker. And you can tell from the leaves. You can tell the difference between your bananas. The leaves, you see when they come up pointed like that, that's a sword sucker. Sword suckers is the ones that don't grow the fastest and fruit the fastest. When they got flat leaves like this, them it's a water. They call water suckers. They don't grow as fast. That's a dwarf Cavendish. This right here is that Musu Akuma Nada. Finally getting some pups coming on it. I planted that last year. Actually purchased that from the Blue Big Box store. I was surprised. Let's say they won't even make it in my zone. The mother plant from last year died, but the pup come up and that's growing pretty good. These are the Musu Baijus I got here. These are the ones I took some the pups off of. One of the giant, that giant right there I got potted up. It comes from this clump. I just left 3 since I cut all of them out. See how many pups that started popping up. Just everywhere. Everywhere. They grow like crazy. Come over here, that's where all my pears are. You can see this pear, the 6.5 foot, is reaching on 11. That's a cheaper pear. Most of your pears want to go straight up. Straight up. Your pears want to go straight up. Got a lot of cutting to be done on that. This is a pineapple pear. It looks terrible. This pineapple pear has struggled ever since I had it. It's the 3rd year in the ground, and it has not fruited. If it don't fruit next year, it's got to go. This is the oldest one I got. This is a Mungo or Mongolian. It's 6th year in the ground. Frost killed this fruit sets this year, like all of them. This is a Bartlett pear, the youngest one, going in its 3rd season in the ground, and it has grown like a weed. Grown like a weed. Bartlett pear, you got to worry about fire blight and cedar rust. That's the 2 main things you got to worry about on your pears and your apples. They were looking really good while we were getting all that rain, but since the rain has stopped, the heat is beating on them. A lot of the leaves are starting to wilt. Some of them burnt. I don't water. Most of the stuff I got planted in ground do not get watered. The area over there by the blueberries, most of the time I water that area just because the annual garden's right there in front. So it's easier for me to get to there. So I water that area most of the time. Most of the time, the only thing I really water is my container garden and my annual garden. Most of the stuff that's in the ground usually fends for itself. And every once in a while, I might hit it up with giving some super juice. But most of the time, they get nothing. Nothing but some fresh compost and maybe some 10-10-10. That's it. And some wood chip. And that's all they get. Yeah, I've been growing here on this property about the last 11 years, 12 years. I don't know why we're buffering. There's plenty of Wi-Fi. I don't know why we're buffering. It's about 6 o'clock anyway. I'm gonna get off here at 6. I got to take my granddaughter. I appreciate all y'all for coming out. Miss Cheryl Faulkner, Miss Davis, Sister Some Soul, Mary Grow with me, Miss Linda, Andre, Miss Garrett, J3, my brother, LP, all of y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming out. Shandy, appreciate all y'all. Sweet Thumb, thank y'all for coming out. And if y'all want to type Passion or TN in the chat to drop your link before you leave, that'll be just perfectly fine. I appreciate y'all. Like I always say, if God be for you, who could be against you? If God is with you, who shall you fear? If no one knows you, still his heart adores you. You are safe, you are loved, you are healed. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all have a beautiful Labor Day.